Welcome to our virtual Balance event for 2021. My name is Ed Daly. I'm the Director of Holistic Development for Young Living Essential Oils. I'm joined today by two of my esteemed colleagues from the Training and Development team, Ms. Haley Jensen and Ms. Gail Collier. Back in 2017, we created the first Balance event ever right here in Lehi, Utah. And at that time, we had 100 participants from all over the globe come here. It was a very special event as Gary Young himself was there, and he gave a great presentation and was really motivating to our members. It was so good to see them sitting on the edge of their seats listening to Gary talk. Fast forward now to 2021, and we've done these Balance events all over the world, and this is the first time we've done them virtually. Bringing essential oils, Young Living essential oils, to your yoga and self-care practices is nothing new. For today, you're going to need Release, Peace and Calming 2, and Orange as we start our practices. Let's get started. The first essential oil you're going to need is Peace and Calming 2. So go ahead and stand in the very center of your mat, and you're going to take a drop of Peace and Calming 2 and put it on your left hand, rub your hands together, and then you can go ahead and create what we call the scent tent. So standing with your feet about hip-width distance apart, take your hands and create that scent tent, and just take some nice soft inhalations and some nice soft exhalations, feeling the feet firmly on the ground. As the aroma of the Peace and Calming 2 starts to percolate inside the body and the mind, feel the feet and feel a slight lift of the chest. That's beautiful, everyone. Go ahead, everybody, and just take your arms up over your head. Have your palms facing forward. Again, reaching through the fingertips, and really feeling the strong rootedness of the feet and the legs. Beautiful. And an exhalation, just release the arms down to the side. Beautiful, everyone. Inhale the arms parallel to the ground. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. You might even open the hands slightly here, smelling the remnant of the Peace and Calming 2 on your hands. On an inhalation, take the arms up over the head, have the palms facing forward. Beautiful, reach through the fingertips, and then exhale the arms back down to the side. Let's do that one more time, everybody. Inhale the arms parallel to the ground. On an exhalation, bring the hands together in front of your chest. Take a moment here, smell this beautiful blend that was created by Gary Young himself. On an inhalation, take the arms up over the head, reaching through the fingertips, rooting the feet and the legs. Exhale, release the arms down to the sides. Let's go ahead and do some standing poses, everyone. Go ahead and step your feet wide. Okay? Turn your left foot in 15 degrees and turn your right foot out 90 degrees. Beautiful. Then just inhale your arms parallel to the ground. The standing poses are really important because working the legs helps to create a sense of grounding in the body. On an exhalation, go ahead and just bring the right hand to the knee or the shin and come into triangle pose. The top arm comes directly above the bottom arm. Beautiful, everyone. And then go ahead and press that left outer heel into the earth. Again, creating the grounding action. And you can see in Haley here, she has a beautifully open chest. Good. And then on an inhalation, just inhale, come up. Yep, come all the way up. Relax the arms. Now reverse the feet. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. You can go ahead and relax the arms for a second here. Again, just inhale the arms parallel to the ground. On an exhalation, go ahead and bring the left hand down to the knee or the shin, coming into triangle pose. Again, the most important thing to create that sense of rooting is the right outer heel pressing into the earth. The top arm is directly over the bottom arm. Beautiful, everyone. On an inhalation, come up, turn your left foot in, and then step your feet together. Gently just rub your hands together again and just take a second to inhale the aroma, this soothing aroma of the Peace and Calming 2. And this is where the Young Living essential oils augment our yoga practice. The combination of the aroma and the postures themselves brings us a great benefit. Beautiful, everyone. Let's go ahead and step our feet wide again. We're going to start again with our left foot turned in 15 degrees, our right foot turned out 90. Now go ahead and just bend the right knee and make a square, and then take your right elbow on top of your right knee. And then go ahead and take the left arm up and bring it right along the left ear, coming into extended side angle pose. It's beautiful, everyone. So the left arm comes all the way up by the ear. Beautiful. Again, the left outer heel is pressing into the earth. This creates a beautiful grounding action. On an inhalation, come on up, relax the arms, reverse the feet. Right foot in, left foot out. So the standing poses have a great sense of creating emotional release and comfort through the grounding action of the legs. Beautiful. Go ahead now, bend your left knee and make a square. Take the left elbow on top of the left knee, turn that left palm up slightly, and then take the right arm up by the right ear. Again, we're grounding that outer heel. We're grounding the outer heel. The palm turns towards the ear, and then bring it as much towards the ear as you can. Beautiful. On an inhalation, come up and come out of the pose. And straighten your left leg, turn your left foot in, and step your feet together. Again, one more time. Just rubbing the remnants of this beautiful blend and creating a scent tent. And as you do that, just taking soft inhalations and soft exhalations. There's no need to breathe deeper, faster, or stronger. Beautiful, everyone. Let's step our feet wide again. Next time we're going to do Warrior Two pose, okay? So we're going to go ahead and step the feet just a little bit wider, Haley. Again, turn that left foot in, turn that right foot out. As we bend the right knee this time, look at your right knee and make sure the right knee is tracking towards the pinky toe. And once you get there, there's a tendency to lean to the right a little bit. See if you can upright the torso a little bit. In fact, let's take our thumbs and our armpit chest and just lift the armpit slightly, creating this beautiful openness to the chest. From here, extend the arms out into Warrior Two, and then just gaze softly over the right fingertips. As you do that, that left outer heel continues to press into the earth. The chest stays slightly lifted, and your gaze stays soft. Relaxing the arms, straighten the right leg, turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. Again, the standing poses in yoga create such a great sense of emotional comfort and support for us. Bending the left knee, making a square, making sure we're tracking that left knee towards the pinky toe. Inhale the arms parallel to the ground. Again, pressing the right outer heel into the earth, and then gazing softly over the fingertips of the left arm. And you might even let a little smile come to your face as you do that. Almost like you know something no one else knows and that you're actually happy about. Good. Relax the arms. Good. Turn the left foot in and go ahead and step your feet together. This time, everyone, interlace your fingers and then reverse your palms, and then just place the fingers on top of the head like this. Now, the legs, again, are such a great support. They really ground the energy. And then from here, go ahead and inhale and just straighten the arms any amount. So if you can't straighten your arms completely, that's okay. Do what your body allows you to do. As you exhale, bend the elbows and let the fingers come on top of the head again. Now, I'd like you to do that 5 times. On an inhalation, go ahead and straighten the arms. As you exhale, go ahead and bend the elbows. 4 more times. Inhalation straightens the arms. Beautiful. As you exhale, release and bend the elbows. On your own, 3 more times. Inhalation straightens the arms. The exhalation bends the elbows. The legs continuing to be strong and rooted. 2 more times. Inhalation, straighten the arms, almost feeling like they're being guided towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the elbows. And then last one. Inhalation, beautiful. Exhalation. Good. Let's turn your right foot out, everyone. We're going to turn the back foot in a little bit more this time. So in the first few poses, the back foot was turned in 15 degrees. This time we're going to turn it in about 45 degrees. And then just take your hands on the side of your torso and just turn towards your right foot as much as you can without causing any strain. From here, focus your attention and the mind in the back outer heel. Okay, this again is what really roots the energy. Many times when we're feeling a little bit anxious or angry, the energy lives up here, and we can really ground it into the earth. From here, just inhale your arms up over your head. Have the palms facing each other. Have your palms facing each other. And then bend your right knee any amount. As Haley, she's bending the knee. She's going right towards that 4th and 5th toe. And then just look up as much as you can without causing any stress or strain. So one of the goals in yoga is not to create more tension, but to create more of a sense of equanimity in the body and in the mind. And then relax the arms down to your side, straighten your right leg, and then reverse. So we're gonna reverse now. We're gonna do left foot out 90 degrees. The right foot's gonna come in 45 degrees, okay? And this is very important, the foundation of where we place our feet and how we place our feet. From here, I just take my hands to the sides of my chest and I just spin towards that left foot. And then from here, inhaling the arms up over the head, palms facing each other. Beautiful, everybody. And then go ahead and bend that left knee any amount. So you don't have to go to 90 degrees. If you only get to 60 degrees, it's beautiful, it's fine. And then from here, we're lifting the very center of the chest and then looking up towards the ceiling without causing any strain or tension in our neck. Release the arms down to the side. Straighten the left foot, left leg. Turn the left foot in. Go ahead, step your feet together. Now I'm going to ask Haley and Gail just to turn towards the right side of their mat. And from here, just take your hands on your waist and just spill forward and come into a standing forward bend. And just release the head down. If you have to place your hands on your knees or on your shins, that's fine. So learning how to modify in the yoga poses so that we don't create any problems within our body. The head from here just begins to release. So this is a very soothing, the spine starts to elongate. The toes begin to spread any amount. From here, I'm going to ask Haley and Gail to bend their knees and place their hands on top of their thighs and just look forward towards the front of their mat. Beautiful. And with your hands on top of your thighs, Haley and Gail, really press down the top of the thighs and then just feel like, oh, from that, I begin to elongate out of my waist, out of my pelvis. And then go ahead and straighten your legs. Beautiful, everyone. Let's turn towards the front again. This time, we're going to step our feet wide. We're going to have our feet directly facing north and south. Now, many times we see people turn the feet out. We don't want to do that. We want our feet actually turned in slightly a little bit. This actually deepens the groins. And then from here, with my hands on my waist, I'm just going to spill forward, and I'm going to place my fingertips on the ground. From this point, pressing the outer heel, the outer foot into the ground, I'm going to elongate my spine as much as possible. And I'm going to look forward so I'm not causing any strain in my neck. These standing forward bends are so important in soothing the nervous system. From here, just start to shimmy your feet closer to each other, ladies. Beautiful. Come into a standing forward bend. Have your feet about hip-width distance apart. Fingertips on the ground or on your ankles. And then inhale, come on up. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to have Haley and Gail lie down on their backs. They're going to bend their knees and place their feet flat on the floor. Beautiful. One of the things in yoga that we always must do is we must learn to go at our own pace. So go ahead, Haley, bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to take our second oil. This is such a great blend. It's actually part of our feelings kit, and it's release. And I'm going to take a drop of release. I'm going to put it on Gail's palm, and she's going to rub her hands together, and she's going to go ahead and just start to inhale that. This is such a beautiful blend that Gary formulated. One of my personal favorites, actually. So as we start to move forward in our practice today, we're going to start to move in doing some twists. And twists are very good for the digestive and intestinal organs, helping to move things along. And we know that it creates a great sense of release when we do that. And maybe Gail and Haley, as you're smelling this beautiful blend here today, and those of you joining in from your home, maybe you can bring into mind something that you want to let go of, something that you would love to release. It could be a particular issue or a problem or something that no longer serves you. And as you bring this into your mind, you're inhaling this beautiful blend. Okay. So I'm going to ask Gail and Haley just to take their arms out by their side, turn their palms up. I'm going to have them step their feet a little bit wider. And then what I'd like you to do, ladies, is just begin to windshield wiper the legs from one side into the other. Yeah, just windshield wiper the legs. So just, yeah, you can keep your feet on the ground. There you go. And just windshield wiper the, that's it. And just feeling this gentle movement, these gentle twists for the spine. And twisting is one of the best things you can do for your spine. That's beautiful. Just going at your own rhythm, going at your own pace. Again, listening to the body, listening to the signals that the body sends us as we practice. So just another 15 or 20 seconds, just windshield. And if you're moving faster, maybe you move a little bit slower. And maybe if you're moving slower, you might move a little bit faster, depending on how you're feeling. And then go ahead and let's bring our feet and our legs back into a neutral position. Good. Draw your knees into your chest. Don't hug your knees. Just leave your arms where they are. Arms out by your side. And then from here, just let your legs drop all the way over to your right. All the way over to the right. And if you can, look over your left arm, your left shoulder. Again, what's happening now is everything in the digestive intestinal organs is squeezing. And then on an inhalation, they're going to come back into center and place the feet on the ground. Beautiful. Place your feet on the ground. Good. Everyone, just take your hands to your abdomen here for a second. Close your eyes and just take a few soft inhalations and a few soft exhalations. Just noticing the rhythm of your breath as you practice today. That's amazing. Go ahead and extend the arms up by your side again, palms facing up. As you look up towards the ceiling, can your gaze be soft? And maybe you find something particularly on the ceiling in your home that you're looking at that you just let your eyes focus in on. On an exhalation, bring your knees into your chest again, everyone. And this time, let the legs drop over to the left. And as the legs drop over to the left, let your gaze now turn over your right shoulder, over your right arm. Again, the gaze is soft. The magic of the yoga twist is actually compacting and squeezing everything together inside your digestive system. And then as you inhale and you come back into center, you just go ahead and place your feet on the ground. Yes, that's beautiful. We're going to repeat this one more time. So this is one of the easiest twists that you can do. Be careful not to push your body beyond the means that you have. So if you're having any signals of like, oh, it's a little bit uncomfortable, doing a little less is always encouraged. On an exhalation, bring your knees into your chest. On an exhalation, let your legs drop over to the right. Yes, your gaze turns over your left arm once again. Again, the left arm, the gaze is soft, and you're feeling, I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling. I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling. That's beautiful. On an inhalation, bringing the legs back into center. Exhale, place the feet on the ground. Again, take your hands to your belly for a second. Just notice the rhythm of your breath. You can do this with your eyes open. You can do this with your eyes closed. One of the other things that I always love to do, something that you might consider, is many times I like just to take a drop or two of release and just rub it over my liver area. It's a great way just to, again, augment your yoga practice using Young Living essential oils. Take your arms up by your sides again, palms facing upward, and just feel here. Just take a moment and feel. Do I feel like my arms are extending and I'm not pushing too much? As you exhale, bend the knees into the chest. This time, letting the legs drop over to the left side. And then your gaze turns over your right shoulder again. Just, again, soft gaze. Soft gaze. Our eyes take in so much visual information on a daily basis. Can you look into the world and can you see the world clearly? On an inhalation, bring your legs back into center. Again, place the feet on the ground. Bring your hands together again, Haley and Gail. Rub your hands together. Create that sentence, smelling this beautiful blend, release. And as you smell the release, is there a particular scent or aroma that comes to the surface right out of the gate? What is it that you smell? Can you identify it? Okay, that's beautiful, everyone. All right, everyone, you can take your hands down by your side. We're going to take our left leg now, everybody. We're going to cross it over our right. And as you can see here with Haley, the back of the left leg is touching the front of the right thigh. This is important. So we're going to take the arms out by our side, palms facing up, and then we're going to pick the buttocks up slightly and just shift it over to the left. And then let your legs drop all the way over to the right side. Come over to your right side now. There you go, all the way over this way. Beautiful. Again, we're creating that beautiful twist in the abdomen, in the digestive intestinal organs. On an inhalation, bring the legs back into center. Undo the cross of the legs and place the feet on the floor. Let's reverse the cross of the legs now. These are some of the most simple and easiest twists that we can do, and they have so much of a profound effect on our body. We're going to scoot the buttocks a little bit to the right this time. Yep, just pick it up and scoot it towards me a little bit, Haley. There you go. And then let the legs drop all the way over to your left now. All the way over. Again, the legs go to the left, the gaze comes over the right. The arms are beautifully extended. The breath is soft. Easy inhalation, easy exhalation. The sacrum, the very lower part of our spine, feel like the sacrum just moves towards the belly just a little bit, and that should help augment the twist slightly. Beautiful. Bring the legs back into center, undo the cross of the legs, and then go ahead and place the feet flat on the floor. Bend your right knee into your chest, everybody. Extend the leg up into the air, and then take your hands and interlace the hands behind the thigh. As far down as you can, close to the buttocks as you can. And then imagine your top leg here, this foot, it's almost like it's pressing into the ceiling. The amount of effort that you're using pressing the right foot into the ceiling, have the same amount of pressure in your left foot as well, pressing into the mat. Again, breathing freely, breathing easily. Now extend that left leg along the floor. Extend through the heel and draw the toes back towards the pelvis. Beautiful. And then undo the release of the hand. Keep the leg long, and then slowly lower that right leg to the ground. Slowly lower the right leg to the ground. Beautiful. Okay. Let's do the other side. Bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor. Bend your left knee into your chest. Extend the left leg up into the air. Interlace the fingers behind the hamstring, and then press that thigh bone into your hands any amount. The left foot is trying to step into the ceiling. The right foot is stepping into the mat, creating that grounding action again, no matter what we're doing. Breathing freely, breathing easily, soft inhalation, soft exhalation. Again, undoing the interlace of the hands, keep the leg long. This time take 5 seconds to lower that left leg to the ground. Beautiful. Extend through the heel, extending through the heel, spreading the toes as you bring the leg to the ground. Beautiful, everyone. Extend your right leg along the floor. Inhale your arms over your head so the back of the hands actually touch the, yes. And then just ask yourself, how much can I elongate my spine? So many times as we're doing twisting postures, we tend to create a little congestion in some part of the spine. For some people, it's the lumbar spine. For some people, it's the upper thoracic spine. For some people, it's the neck. So you're reaching through the fingertips, you're actually reaching through the heels, and you're drawing the toes back towards the pelvis. Good. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor, bring your arms back down by your side. Okay, we're going to do this simple exercise 3 times. As you inhale, you're going to raise the arms above the head and extend the legs. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor, and bring the arms down by your side. Are you ready? All right. As you inhale, raise your arms above your head, extend your legs out along the floor. Again, extending through the heel, drawing the toes back, reaching through the fingertips, holding here for a couple of breaths. Then as you exhale, bend the knees, feet flat on the floor, arms down by your side. Beautiful. Rub your hands together again, everybody. Just smell the remnants. You have the remnants of the Peace and Calming 2 now. You have the remnants of the released essential oil. Good. When you're ready, extend the legs on an inhalation. Take the arms above the head on the inhalation. Reach through the fingertips. And then when do you feel like exhaling and coming back into the starting position again? So whenever you're ready, you come back. One more time on your own. You get to decide when you go. Soft inhalation, extend those arms above the head. Yes, reach through those heels. Draw those toes back. You might even spread the toes a little bit. Almost like flowers popping up in springtime coming out of your ground, out of the ground. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, everyone come back into the starting position. Okay. We're going to have everyone just roll over onto their stomach now. And then you're going to place your hands on top of each other, and you're going to place your forehead on top of your hands, okay? So let's go here. Let's have everyone just roll onto their belly. Sometimes, if your feet are a little uncomfortable, you can take a blanket underneath your feet. So yes, we're just going to start here for a second, and we're going to integrate now. So we've done some standing poses. We've done some twisting poses. We've introduced 2 oils. Our peace and calming 2 and our release. Now from here, Haley and Gail are going to extend their arms in front of them and have their palms on the ground. So arms are full, yes. And then keep your forehead on the ground. Keep your foreheads on the ground. Beautiful. Now, when we start to back bend, many times we congest in the lower spine. So what I'm going to ask you to do is feel like as you start to do the back bends, you firm the very middle of your buttock region as you do that. So Haley and Gail are going to lift, and they're going to lift their head off the ground. They're going to look between their hands. They're just going to lift the head up off the ground. They're going to look between their hands, and then they're just going to firm this middle buttock region a little bit so that there's no congestion in the lower spine. And then on an exhale, they're going to lower the head back down again. On an inhalation, come up, and then this time come up a little bit higher, yes, and maybe lift your hands off the ground a little bit, yes, firming that middle buttock region again. On an exhalation, release back down to where you started. One of the things that yoga should not do is cause strain or discomfort anywhere in the body. As we're practicing, we're constantly asking ourselves, are my legs working? Are my arms working? Is my spine long? How is my breath? And so that we create a sense of equanimity in the body. Again, on an inhalation, they're going to come up again. They're going to lift the head off the ground. They're going to lift the arms off the ground. They're going to lift the feet off the ground. They call this locust pose. They're going to stay here, firming the middle of the buttocks so that we have no congestion in the lower spine. Beautiful. Exhale, release back down. Okay, let's have Haley and Gail come on to all fours, hands and knees, all fours. We don't tend to think of cat-cow pose as a pose that's actually a back bend and a forward bend, but it's really good to help to articulate the spine. So as you inhale, just feel like you arch the spine. You know, that's hunching the spine. So feel like you come into more of a back bend. Yes, do the opposite, Haley. There. So come into this position, everyone, where you're arching the spine. And then hunch the spine like an angry cat. So then she goes into the S. And go back and forth. The inhalation arches the spine. The exhalation hunches the spine. And do this at your own pace and your own rhythm for about a minute. This is one of the most simplest ways that we can articulate the movement of the spine. And as we get older, there tends to be a tendency for us starting to hunch or starting to cave forward. And so articulating the spine in yoga is actually a beautiful thing. Good. And then I'm going to ask them to both come into a hunched spine. So come into, yes, that's the arch. So come back to where you're inhaling. And then from here, turn your toes under, lift the pelvis, and come into downward facing dog. Beautiful. And in downward facing dog, you can see the hands are working. There's beautiful extension to the spine. The legs are working evenly. Yes, the fingers are spread. And then on an exhalation, come down to your knees. Come down to your knees. And pause here for a sec. You know, many times we're in so much of a hurry in our regular life. In yoga class, we should not be in a hurry. We listen to what our body's telling us. On an inhalation, turn your toes under again, everyone. Lift the pelvis up, come into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Again, you can see that Gail's working to really elongate the spine, really seeing how much length she can have come up through. The top of the thighs are moving towards the back of the thighs. The breath is easy. And then as you exhale, come down to your knees. We're going to do that 2 more times. Very simple movements have such a profound effect. On your next inhalation, go back into dog pose. So let's ask some questions. Are your fingers spread wide, and are you extending through your fingers? Mm-hmm. Are you extending your spine as much as you can without causing any congestion? And last but not least, are the front of the thighs moving towards the back of the thighs, creating more of a sense of an elongated spine. Good. Exhale, come down to your knees. And then go back into a child's pose here. So just move your buttocks back towards your heels as much as you can. If you can't sit on your heels, that's fine. Just work within what your body tells you to do. And then just let your breath just neutralize. So you can see two different positions, which is beautiful. This is exactly what we want. Come onto all fours again. Come onto all fours. On your next inhalation, go ahead, come back up into downward facing dog. And what were those questions I asked you about your hands and your fingers? What did I ask you about the spine? Is the spine elongating? And again, lastly, are the front of the thighs moving towards the back of the thighs, creating more of a sense of an elongated spine? Beautiful, everyone. Go ahead, come down to your knees. Again, go back into child's pose one more time. So let's come out of child's pose. Let's come onto all fours again. And from here, let's lay on our backs one more time, bend your knees and put your feet flat on the floor. Let's go back to constructive rest. Take your hands, one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your solar plexus area. And again, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So go ahead, bend your knees, Haley, beautiful. And it's important here, this is actually what we call a neutral pose. It doesn't place the spine in a back bending action or a forward bending action. And it's important to take this transition from going from back bends, moving into some very simple forward bends. So here they're just going to, again, just focus on the inhalation and the exhalation, letting the breath come in and come out of the body as it wants to, and there's no need to lengthen or force the breath at all. From here, let's bring your knees into your chest, everyone. Roll on, let the knees come over to the right. Roll onto your right side, and then use your arms to help you come back up into a seated position. Okay? And let's have you both sit this way, face this way, and then just have your legs, right leg in front of the left, right leg in front of the left, in a simple cross-legged position. From here, just go ahead, everyone, and just take your arms above your head and just have the palms facing forward. And just, I want you to focus on lengthening the spine, okay? Just lengthening the spine. And from when you're ready, go ahead and just spill forward and place those hands onto the ground in front of your feet. And then just begin to feel like I'm going to walk my fingertips a little bit forward. I'm going to walk my fingertips towards the front of my mat. And I'm going to see if I can lengthen my spine. And be careful here. We have to be cautious so that we're not, again, moving beyond our means. And I think it was Picasso, when he was talking about painting, and he said, if you can use 5 elements, use less, use 2. And by doing less in the world, we actually create a sense of strength and reserve. Beautiful. And then just walk those fingertips back towards your legs, and then come back up into a seated position. Let's reverse the cross of the legs again now. So opposite leg in front. Take your arms up over your head, palms facing forward. This lets you, again, elongate the spine beautifully. And then when you're ready, go ahead and spill forward, place those hands on the ground, and just pause for a second. And then if you can, just walk the fingertips a little bit forward, almost like, okay, I'm going to go another inch. And sometimes an inch is a very long way in a yoga posture. And then again, feel like, okay, I'm going to lengthen my spine again. I'm going to look forward, and then I'm going to walk those fingertips maybe another inch forward, maybe not. And then walk those fingertips back towards you, towards the legs and the pelvis. Beautiful. And then pause. Go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you now. And we want to make sure that we're extending through the heels and drawing the toes back, almost connecting the back of the legs to our mat as much as we can. Again, taking the arms up over the head, this time palms facing each other. Go ahead and spill forward, and you can place your hands on your ankles, you can grab your feet, whatever your body has available for you. So Gail has her hands on her shins, Haley has her hands on her feet, that's fine. Now look forward as much as you can, and then release the upper torso towards the knees and the legs. Again, the sitting bones, which you sit on all day long, those are grounded into the earth. The back of the legs are trying to connect to the earth, yes? And then the spine is just soft and supple. From here, just walk the hands back up to the legs and come into staff pose. Take your hands by your side now. Press the hands into the earth and just lift the chest. Using the arms to press into the earth, lift the chest. So this counteracts the forward bending action that you just did with your spine. Let's do this one more time. Inhale the arms over the head. Yes, palms facing each other. Is the spine supple? Is the spine is elongated as much as you can elongate it without jamming anything inside the spine? And then again, just fold forward any amount, folding forward, working within your means, just as Picasso said. The legs are strong. The toes are drawing back towards the pelvis. And then at the very end, the head releases downwards. We work from this space so much, our frontal lobe, it's constantly thinking and analyzing and solving problems in our life. But here we're asking it to surrender. Release, walk the hands back up. Again, place the hands on your side for staff pose, pressing the hands into the ground, lifting the chest slightly, getting that beautiful elongation of the spine and the chest. And then from here, let's go ahead and let's take our legs wide as you can get them, almost like you're creating a V with your legs. Now from here, just place your hands in between your legs, right? And again, we're looking at the toes drawing back, the heels extending through the heels. Just begin to walk your hands forward any amount. When you feel like you've reached the point that that's enough, just pause. Okay, so it doesn't matter how far down you go. The goal is not to get your head to the ground. The goal is to listen to the body. And once your breath is normalized, can you walk the hands a little bit more forward? Can the top of the thigh bones, top of the thighs close to the pelvis, can those ground into the earth as you do that? And then again, you're drawing those toes back. The legs stay super active. Beautiful. Walk the hands back towards the pelvis now. And then bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together in cobbler's pose. And then you can just grab your feet here, right? So years ago, when they used to make shoes, especially in Europe, this is how the shoemakers actually would sew the shoes together. They would put the shoe on the soles of their feet, and they would actually sew. That's why it's called cobbler's pose. And then go back again into a wide-angled forward bend. Extend the legs wide. And then again, one more time, we're going to go back and we're going to walk the hands forward any amount. Top of the thighs, pressing into the earth. The back of our legs, trying to find and navigate, where are my legs not touching? Where are my legs touching in the back? And then the head, and you can see Gail beautifully here, just surrendering the head, just tilting it forward slightly, which is a beautiful, beautiful posture. Again, walk the hands back to the pelvis. Bring the soles of the feet together back into cobbler's pose one more time. As you do that, press the feet slightly together and feel like, oh, I'm going to lift my chest one more time. One more time, I'm going to lift my chest. And extend the legs out in front of you again. Good. Now bend the right knee, yes, and then let the leg drop out to the side, okay? So this is called a one-legged head-to-knee pose. Again, we're going to take the arms up over the head. And we're just going to fold forward, and Gail might go for her knee. She might place her hands on her shin. Again, the toes are drawing back. Again, we're not working beyond our means. If you can grab a hold of the foot, that's great. It's not necessary, though. And again, can you just soften the whole spine towards the left leg and release the brain so that, again, we're releasing that brain energy. On an inhalation, come on up. Good, extend the right leg in front of you. Let's do the other side now. Bend the left knee. Take the arms up over the head. On an exhalation, spill forward any amount. Again, we're mindful of our toes and of our feet. And you can see the shapes are different, but the same effect. So a yoga pose is a shape. And that's all we're trying to do, is we're creating a shape that has a lot of integrity. As you inhale, come on back up, extend the left leg, and then let's lay down on our backs. And our last essential oil we're going to use today is we're going to use orange. And the reason why I choose orange is that the citrus oils for me have a very, very uplifting sense, an uplifting aroma. So your legs are fully extended, but we create the scent tent with the orange, right? And so at the end of our practice today, we've used release, we've used peace and calming too, but the citrus oils have an ability to leave us very alert and focused. And so after you've created your scent tent and you've used this now for a minute or so, you can just go ahead and maybe rub the rest. Haley's rubbing it on the back of her neck, or you could rub it on your chest wherever you feel comfortable. And then just take your arms up by your side for relaxation pose. And let's close the eyes and let the eyes soften if you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's fine too. And in relaxation pose, we're focusing on just letting the arms and the legs just really give themselves to the earth. This is where the integration happens. This is where all the things that we've done, the standing poses, the twists, the back bends, the forward bends, the neutral poses, this is where all that energy that we've created comes together. And it integrates our body and our mind. And the essential oils have been a great augmentation to our practice today. You're breathing in and you're breathing out naturally. Soft inhalations and soft exhalations. The eyes are soft. The skin of your face is relaxed. The jaw, sometimes we tend to hold tension in our jaw. Is your jaw relaxed? What about your throat area? Is the area around your throat relaxed? As you lay in relaxation pose, do you feel the movement of the front body as you take these soft inhalations and soft exhalations? Many times the eyes, we process so much information through our eyes. The eyes are the closest to the brain via the optic nerves. Many times when we're attempting to relax, they tend to flutter. Just ask yourself, can I soften my eyes? Almost as if the eyes drop into the eye sockets like they were a pool of water. When you're on your own, you can stay here for as long as you'd like. But for today, I'm going to ask you on your next exhalation just to very gently open your eyes, but don't open them completely. Feel like you open them maybe 50%. And as you look at the ceiling in your room, in your house, I want you just to find a point of focus and just focus on that, but almost you're gazing softly. Gazing softly at something and just being mindful of the inhalation and the exhalation. It's important to ask ourselves a couple of questions. How do I feel after our practice today for the balance event? Do I feel grounded? Do I feel quieter? Do I feel calmer? Was there anything that you did today that created a sense of maybe slight agitation in the back or anywhere? That's important to assess and take time to observe our body after we've done this. So I'm going to ask Haley and Gail and all of you at home just to bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. And then one last time, take your hands to your lower belly. And just feel the movement of your hands for the next 30 seconds as you breathe in and out naturally. Beautiful. Take the right arm above your head. Yes, and yes, all the way above your head so the back of the hand touches the ground. There you go. Just bend your knees into your chest, roll over to your right side, and just sort of curl up into a little bit of a ball here, almost like a hedgehog. A friend of mine just got a hedgehog recently. It was just a very cute little thing. It just curls itself up into a ball. Good. And then go ahead and turn your upper torso to the ground and use your arms to help you sit up, and then you can turn and face the front. So again, today we used 3 essential oils, We used orange, which is a single release, which is a beautiful blend, and peace and calming too. Again, the oils are meant to augment our practice. Yoga on its own is a beautiful thing. Using an essential oil for their aromas is a beautiful thing as well. But when you combine them together, I think that you feel and understand it is a much more powerful experience for you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're very grateful that you've joined this virtual balance event. I hope you enjoyed our class, and we look forward to you in the next segment. Thank you again.